Here, welcome. I'm looking that way. Thank you for everybody who came in on a beautiful pouring rain Tuesday. Remember, 4 more months left, and then we're back into the good weather. 52 weeks left in the year. So, 51 weeks left in the year. So we got some stuff to do. But I'm really excited to have Atlas. Congratulations on your engagement with Puya. Where's Puya? There he is back there. Well done, my friend. Well done. Okay. Atlas is going to talk about real estate health, how to start, keep moving, because it's not just a what do you call it? A New Year's resolution, but this is a life habit that you want to get into
the rest of your life.
the rest of your life. And you know, it's hard to get into a routine, but once you get in a routine, it becomes simple. Don't break it because it becomes harder to get back into it. But I want to welcome Atlas and look forward to having some questions about what you're presenting.
Thank you very much.
All the best and congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Woo! Okay, can I have the slides on? Hi everyone, I hope you're doing amazing. I think most of you guys know me by now. I started real estate less than 2 years ago. But I have been kind of doing really good in it. And I think one of the reasons is I have a really good life balance at the same of the professional work balance. So now today I want to give you some tips about how to stick to the life habits that set you for a better and brighter future in terms of having a really active lifestyle, good nutrition, as well as good sleep. It's just that they're really simple habits that they're just gonna set you for the future. Can we have the next slide, please? With the show of the hands, let me know who has here skipped a meal because of the showings, late night contracts, or phone calls. Ruby, right? So thank you. So in this session, I'm gonna give you some simple tips that you get the things done before it gets there, right? In 2025, I set some special goals for myself, and in order to hit them, I use the simple tips that I'm gonna share with you. As an example, in 2025, I decided to have 260 days of activities, not walking, not just like a meditation, and actual sweat. So I spent 255 days of committing going to the gym, going skiing, going swimming, going running, or any other activities that you might like. Aside from the vacations, sick days, staff holidays, gyms being closed, coach not showing up, and all those stuff. I finished 4 half marathons with the practice and nutrition, preparations, and everything. I took over 1,717,000 steps. I biked over 200 kilometers. I swam over 2,500 meters, ran 107 kilometers. These numbers might sound really like big to you, but they are much easier than you think. It's just like you have to stick to your really simple habits. And today we just talk about the simple repeatable habits, as I mentioned a few times. Can we go to the next slide? In today's session, I will talk about nutrition, I will talk about exercising, and I will talk about sleep and how this help a real estate agent or mortgage brokers in other sense. So let's talk about the realtor nutrition framework. I know we all think that having a good food is just like having a meal preparation. Follow this, like this gram of the chicken breast, this vegetables, or like all those. These are pretty kind of hard and challenging to maintain. You may do it the first 3 days and you may just skip the rest. My way of doing it is keep in mind 3 things in every meal you have: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Even when you are going outside to eat and order something, make sure whatever you order has protein, fiber, and healthy fats. And the reason is, for the protein section, protein is the nutrition that provides the energy and focus for our body and brain, and keeps us fuller for a longer period of time. Really easy samples of proteins are eggs, chicken breast, Greek yogurt, salmon. For the fiber, they are really good for the steady blood sugar. They kind of keep us full for a longer period of time. And combination of those two are like a bomb for our body. Like broccoli, oats, berries, lentils, and beans. Healthy fats are good really for the brains and hormones. Hormones are really important. We may not pay attention, but like these are everything for our brain. Like all the emotions you go through, they all come from hormones, females and males both, right? So what hurts the most, and we all practice that in our lives, is skipping meals. I sometimes do it. Sugar-only snacks, drive through Starbucks, give me a donut and give me a latte. And lastly, coffee as a meal, right? Like I don't have time to buy something, I don't have time to cook something, I'm just gonna order a coffee, right? So these are the things that we really have to skip. Can we go to the next slide? Okay. So now I'm gonna talk about a little bit more in details of the nutrition facts first. Be with me. These will make sense surely. So what I do for the breakfast, there are many days that I start my day early and I don't have time to prepare the actual breakfast. My to-go thing is the protein shake. And I have it everywhere with me. So these are not the protein powders, right? Yes, I do. So these are not the protein powders that you have to mix with banana, milk, and everything. You can buy them from Costco shoppers. They have really good nutrition in them and they provide 30 grams of protein. I have this in my bag. I have this in my office. I have this in my car. Whenever I'm hungry, I just take one of these rather than driving to McDonald's and buy some fries. And then food keeps me full for like hours. A lot of times I just boil the egg. Again, I know you might wake up, you want to do your pre-wake up, do your makeup, wear your outfit, but trust me, people say I don't have time for cooking. I think cooking takes less time off like going on Instagram or on your cell phone. Just put the egg to be boiled, go get ready, wash your teeth, do your makeup, wear your outfit. The other thing I also have as a breakfast is a Greek yogurt with some berries, chia seeds. I usually try to make them like in a bigger portion, put them in my fridge, and every day I'm leaving, I just put it in a smaller container and bring it to the office with myself. So each person needs a pretty much a specific protein intake for their body. And I will talk about the reason why we need the actual protein intake. In order to roughly figure out the percentage or like the amount of the protein you need to consume per day, I would suggest that you technically need about 1.2 to 2 grams per your kilogram weight of the protein intake. This is aside from the fat, sugar, and everything else. So if you have a chicken breast, you roughly can estimate like the gram of the protein in that nutrition wise. And also ChatGPT helps you a lot. I can't calculate them manually neither. I just send a photo to ChatGPT and gives me a rough idea of how much protein I'm intaking that day. If I want to give you some really easy suggestions for lunch, it's about like making the wraps. Section containers. It might sound silly or like a elementary school kind of kid, but I still use this every single day. So I make the food and they are like really easy. And I portion them in containers. It's just like really simple. So I cooked the lentils a few days ago, a big portion, and I have always fiber with me, like berries and broccoli and some hummus. So I put them in a container and I literally pack them in a fridge. Every day I'm leaving home, I just grab one of them with me. Sometimes I am in a car. If I don't have time to eat the food, I have the berries with me. So I don't like crave anything else. I think one of the main points to be successful in a good nutrition is to kind of fool yourself with a good food, with a high quality food, so you don't crave sugar or other stuff. I think that would be really helpful. As I said here, I just cook always. Like if I cook today, I cook for the next 2-3 days. So I have the meal ready in my fridge. There are some days that I have showings until 9 p.m. And when I go home, I'm so tired that I can't cook at all. I'd rather to sleep hungry. And that's the worst thing, or get the takeout. So what I do, if I am cooking on Sunday night, I make a big portion and I cook for like 3 days, for the next 3 days, and I put them in a fridge. So when I am hungry, when you're hungry, you just need to be like having a really prepared, easy snack or food to consume. I open the fridge and I already have the food over there for me, okay? For the late nights is also the prepared meals. Another tip is sometimes you run out of your food. Like you baked it for the last like 3 days and today you don't have any food. And I know I'm leaving the office this morning. I know I have to cook tonight. The other thing that really helps me to be committed is I leave the chicken or the salmon out there. I marinate it. So when I get home, when I am changing, washing my face or like doing some stuff, I let it in my air fryer to be cooked. I'm not even spending 5 minutes on that. That 5 minutes on DoorDash, ordering the burger or anything, that will cost me more and it will take more time of mine. But if you just put your food in the air fryer while you're doing other stuff, doing your nails, reading a book, anything gets, your food is getting ready, you don't feel shitty at night, you feel good, and you're eating literally a healthy food, right? So the other thing is when you go shopping at Costco or wherever, when you are packing your protein, don't pack them for one meal. Force yourself to pack them for like 3 meals ahead. If you're packing your chicken, just have like a big portion of the chicken and pack it in the freezer. So when you take it out, you have to cook for the next like 3 meals ahead. So then you have the food ready. Can we go to the next one? Okay, so one more point about the nutrition is bad snacks give you energy rush, and we all love it because of the dopamine our brain releases, right? So don't buy so you don't have to choose eating healthy. One habit that I started kind of getting used to from 2025 was I don't buy stuff. I don't buy Kit Kat. I don't buy processed foods. I don't buy chips. I just simply don't buy it because when you have it, it's so hard to resist. If there's broccoli and there's chips, obviously you can't go eat the broccoli. Chips like this much more tastier, right? Imagine it's the same when you go to a party. There's like bacon, salami, like everything, and then there's broccoli and all those vegetables, right? So it's like you take one of them, then you take five of those. So I think it's the best habit not to buy them. So when you're hungry and you're craving at home at night, you're like, okay, I have dates. I'm just gonna take a date. I'm not gonna take Kit Kat because even if I want it, I didn't have it, right? So that's really important. All the pastries, candies, even only food or only coffee, these are not good for you, for our body. Your body is the most valuable thing you have and is the biggest asset. You're gonna live in it for the rest of your life. Your car doesn't, your home doesn't stay, your partner, you never know, right? Your body is what you have for the rest of your life. And if you don't pay the energy, the money, the attention to it, how do you expect to keep let you keep going for the rest of your life, right? So what I recommend as a smart realtor snack is have healthy snacks all around you, like the protein shake I showed you. I have very small containers full of nuts everywhere. If you sit in my car, you see water, protein shake, protein bar, and nuts. You sit in my office, I'm sure like Mike or the ladies at the office have seen this on my table. Like it's there every day. Whenever I'm craving something, I'm not gonna go buy a chocolate. I just have like a dates or nuts. Um, your snack should stabilize your energy, not to spike. The sugar that you have, the donuts, the cakes, the pastries, they all spike your energy and you will crave more and more throughout the day. Can we go to the next one, please? So now I want to talk about the thermic effect of the food. Does anyone know about this? Right? So thermic effect of the food is something really important, and it goes back where I ask you to consume more of the protein and fiber than just the useless fat. The thermic effect of the food means the energy or the calorie your body uses to digest, absorb, and process the food you eat. So the food you eat not only provides you energy, but you also need to burn a lot of energy to kind of analyze or digest the food that you just had, right? Easy example, if you eat a 500 calorie a meal, and it's funny, 500 would be I think 2 slices of the pizza. So it's like crazy, the food you eat, the calorie that they have, it's crazy. So your body might use 50 to 150 calories just to digest it. So your net would be 350 to 450. So this 50 to 150 calories to digest depends on the food you are eating. Protein is one of the hardest nutritions to digest, and it takes the longest. So the thermic effect by the macronutrition, if I want to give you like some details, if you consume protein, 20 to 30% of that protein you consume will be burned during the digestion. So protein takes longer, it needs more energy to digest. So your body is actively burning more energy in order to digest the protein. So this is what you want for your body. You want it to work harder to digest the food. For the carbs, about 5 to 10% of the calorie of the carb you consume will be burned through the process of the digestion. And for the fat, it's about 0 to 3% of the calorie from the fat itself will be used towards the digestion of the fat itself. So this is why the high protein diets help with the fat loss and the appetite control. You stay full for longer, your body burns more calorie to digest it. Go to the next one, please. So why it is important? So when you have a really high protein food, it helps to explain, it helps to let you be like kind of fuller for a longer period of a time, as I mentioned, slightly increases the daily calorie burns. It also supports the muscle retention and fat loss. So when you have more protein in your body burns more fat than the protein. It kind of retains the muscle that you have, right? It preserves the muscle while losing the fat. So muscle is important in our body, right? Muscle burns more calories at rest. So when your body it has more kind of muscle, it burns more calories while even you're sitting, while you're thinking, while you're not doing an activity comparing to when you don't have enough muscles in your body, right? More muscle, higher metabolism and easier, right? When you diet, if you have a low protein kind of diet, you lose fat and you lose your muscle. So you lose the weight, but you're also losing the muscle. That's not what you want. When you have the higher protein, you mainly lose the fat than the muscle itself. If two meals have the same calories, the higher protein meal burns more calories during the digestion, supports the focus and energy of your brain. Fat costs at least the energy and burns less calories, right? Easy rule to remember, just always have protein and fiber in your meal, right? Go to the next one. Some quick combos, eggs, spinach, vegetables, yogurt, berries, salad, they are so easy. I'm sure everyone finds them in your fridge. Just combine them together. If you're having steak, just put some spinach beside it. Just combine it. Get the habit of combining the vegetables, the fiber, and the protein. So protein technically says I'm full. Fiber says I'm full for a longer period of time as well. So protein fills you up, but fiber keeps you full and stable for the longer. Eating fiber with the protein is important because they work together to control the blood sugar. It doesn't let the blood sugar spike to happen. It controls the appetite, digestion, and the hormones. It's especially good for cravings, the night cravings at night, as well as the PMS-related hunger for females, period, how you feel hungry when you're on your period, as well as the fat loss and hormonal balances, okay? What you want is to eat a good food and stay full for a long period of time. Try not to get hungry too often. When you have a good food, when you have a good lunch, good dinner, good breakfast, you don't feel hungry for the snacking, and that's really important. Why it's important to have the protein and the fiber as a real estate agent, it helps with a better focus and better decision making. We do have to make a really important decision in our life, right? Specifically as a real estate agent, we're always negotiating. Is this a good deal for my client or not? I am asking my client to accept this, do this. I think this is the best decision. So it's really important that we make the right decision, right? Catching the details in paperwork, clear thinking during the negotiations, concentrating during the contracts, and less exhaustion and overwhelm. Raquel, can we go to the next one, please? No, I said, can we go to the next one? It's the next one. No? Is it the next one? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So fiber. I talked about the protein, and I want to briefly talk about the fiber. Fiber works in our growth the most, and it's actually really good because fiber feeds the gut bacteria. Protein supports the tissue repair in our gut, right? Healthy gut kind of helps with the better nutrition and absorption, and again helps with the hormonal decisions. And I have a really small cheating sheet for you. If you are craving sugar, always eat it after your main meal. You don't want to eat sugar on an empty stomach, because what it does, it gives you the blood sugar spike. You feel good for like a few minutes. 90 minutes after, your blood sugar drops again. When you would start your morning with like a donut or chocolate or something sweet, you feel so good the moment. 90 minutes after, it goes down around 10, 11 a.m. Again, you feel so hungry and you crave more sugar. So you have to go back to that cycle, right? So breakfast should be savory. I really recommend not to have anything sweet in the morning, which we are used to have it. If you really crave a sugar, a chocolate, something sweet, the best time would be after a meal, after lunch, after breakfast, after dinner, not during the day when your stomach is empty. The better strategy is enjoy the sweets after the lunch and not on the stomach stomach. Okay. Can we go to the next one, please? Okay, where to start? Very, very basic. Start with your shopping cart. Going forward, only purchase the stuff that help you with your goal. Once a week, reward yourself with your favorite snack. This way, you are technically reducing the probability of eating junk food by always having the healthy snacks with you. Try it for a month. I promise this will really help. When you go to Costco, don't buy the processed food. When you don't buy it, or delete the DoorDash app. When you do this, you are now obligated to buy the healthier snacks and make food for yourself. Also, what I have been doing is a minor fasting. I mean, not the fasting for the throughout the day, but what it has been helping me a lot is I don't eat 2 hours before sleep, and I don't eat 2 hours after I wake up. I just wake up and I just have a hot water. I don't even have coffee right away. This really helps for your hormones to be balanced, and it really helps you with the digestion of the food you had the day before. Better sleep quality. If you don't eat late, it helps you with the digestion, keeps your body active. When you are digesting, your body is active even when you are sleeping. That causes to have not a good sleep, right? Eating late rises the insulin and the body temperature. When you sleep, your body temperature must go down. That's why it's better to sleep in a room that is not too hot. This can reduce the deep sleep. Then the day after, you are not as fresh, right? How long the food stays in your stomach? Just to give you an idea, when you have liquid, it takes 30 to 9 minutes to digest it. When you have carbs, it takes 1 to 2 hours to digest it. When you have protein, it takes 2 to 3 hours to digest it. When you have a fat, heavy meals like the fast food, it takes 3 to 4 hours or even higher. So see what you are doing to your body, right? Can you go to the next one, please? So now I want to talk about the activity section of this presentation. So we talked about the nutrition, having protein, fiber, and healthy fat, and not eating late at night, having the snacks with you. Now we're talking about the activities. I started with doing so many activities in 2025, right? But that's not how I started. I think starting and having a healthy lifestyle and an active lifestyle is within the daily movement. It's not with the gym membership. It's about you having the movement in every aspect of your day. You don't really need to the gym to go to the every day, even though it's recommended. I go like 5-6 days a week. But you can do any other sports, including walking. Your goal should be your daily movement. Examples of the some like movements for realistic Asians, which I practice myself, is a morning mobility and a stretch. Give yourself 5 minutes to stretch. You wake up, your body is tough. You slept for like 8-7 hours. You really have to stretch that body. 10 to 15 minutes home workouts. I started doing this, and trust me, you really burn 300-400 calories. There are YouTube channels, there's Nike app, there's Garmin applications. Equinox, my gym, has applications for the best workouts at home, and you actually might be able to do the better home, like the better workout at home than the gym, because you're technically saving the time. Walk during the cell phones. I even walk when I am studying, when I am reading a contract. So I'm just used to it. I have my laptop and I just keep walking. Even I think you have seen me walking at the office. Walking over the phone. Don't sit, because that helps you to get that the steps in. Park further for your showings. Don't park right in front of the showing. Leave home early so you have time and you take that like 10 steps of the walking. Movement reduces the stress hormones. What I have been practicing is a 10 minutes walking after every meal I have. Sometimes it's a late night at night. I can't go out. It's raining. It's Vancouver. I go walk in the parking. So that's really important. Taking those steps after your dinner are really helpful. It helps with the decision making and patience with our clients. Rules. Consistency is more important than intensity. It doesn't matter if you decide, I want to go to the gym 7 days a week. Even if you decide to go to the gym once a week and you keep doing it and you don't become exhausted from it, that's what helps you the most. Start with working out doesn't have to be going to the gym, as I said. It's just moving your body in a way that you don't hate it. If you hate gym, that's not for you. You can try your best to go once a week, but find the sport or the activity that you really enjoy. The best workout is the one that you actually do. One tip is I have some activities that I do throughout the year, like gym. I'm a gym person. Some people are not, I understand, but I also do sports that are seasonal. I think in this weather, in the rain, it's really important to motivate ourselves to kind of go through the winter and fall together and not hate it. One way to help with that is to actually pick the sports that kind of helps your mood to just kind of motivates you for life. For example, for summer, tennis, kayaking, paddleboarding, hiking, running. For winters, skiing, snowshoeing, cross country, ice skating. These help you look forward to the next season that's coming, and it also helps you with finding new friends, new networking, quality time, and all those stuff. Can we go to the next one? As I said, commit to 1 day per week, and I promise you, once you get the hold of it, you become more happy in doing it and you do it more often. So start with the one non-negotiable session per week. Here, you have to help yourself. You're adults. If you think this is the best, which I think is the best for you to start doing it from 2026, start with one non-negotiable day. Build the consistency. Choose the location that is close to you. If you don't have this habit and you want to build this habit for your 2026 resolution, you really have to make it easy for you. In your spare time, listen and read about the history of the sport. If you choose ice skating and that sounds interesting to you, learn more about this. Find people who do it, about the heroes in it, about the story, about the history, how they got into ice skating. That can also motivate you. Ask your family and friends and see if anyone is down to join. Pairing with someone, I think most of the time helps you with the accountability of doing it. There are sports I do alone and there are sports I do with other people, and that helps me really be like, oh, this Monday I'm going to the swimming session with my friend. I can't skip it because if I skip it, she doesn't go. Now I'm accountable for her sport as well, right? Sports and activities are great for hangouts, dates, and networking. Studies have proven people who experience doing activities together build the stronger bonds together. That really helps us. There are lots of networking opportunities. There are lots of community classes and groups that if you join, you might be able to find not only good clients, but you also can find good friends, family members, and build that relationship because you're spending hours of the time together, right? Once a week done consistently beats 5 days and we never stop, right? Can we go to the next one, please? Another good thing that I always practice is payment. I always go to that class if I pay for it. If I don't pay, I might skip it. It helps a lot. It doesn't matter $1, it doesn't matter $5, it doesn't matter $1,000. I always go. This is powerful. Make the payment. So often, no matter how much you pay, sessions that you pay in advance kind of motivates you to go. So the other thing is take the low interference day. Choose the most useless day of the week. Choose the day that you are available. Your family doesn't need you. Your kid doesn't need you. Your wife or husband doesn't need you. No activity, no commitments, no regular obligations. Don't take Friday nights for gym. It's not going to happen. Like 1 month, 2 months, you're going to skip the summer times, right? Just choose the days that you never do anything. You're not active. Like Sunday mornings, Sunday evenings, weekdays, early mornings. Those are literally the basic times that you also feel so bored at home, but you maybe not want to go for the brunch and then you choose to go for a sport activity. And trust, if you do that after you come out of that activity, you wrap it up, your hormones are so high that you feel so fresh and happy after doing it, right? Um, so a consistent quieter time will really help with that. So now let's talk about how to make a habit automatic. These are the 4 things for me to do it when I want to stick to a new habit. Same day, same time, same activity, same location. And if you possibly could, do it with the same people. Keep it as easy as possible so your brain remembers what day is the day, for example, for swimming. So you don't have to think for it. So you don't have to prepare. If I see in the street, I ask you, what are you doing on Tuesday night? You're like, Tuesday night? Oh, it's swimming day. I can't change it. I can't skip it. You ask me for drinking. I can't do anything. Tuesday nights are for swimming. This removes any decision fatigue, which is huge for us as realtors, right? The reality is that research shows habits typically take anywhere from 18 to 66 days to be built. So don't do it for 1 week and be like, oh, this is not for me. I'm tired. I can't do it anymore, right? 18 to 66 days. And that depends on the complexity of the habit, how often you do it, how consistent you are, your lifestyle, your bubble. And don't worry, if it is hard right now, if people around you are not active, if you want something else like what you have right now, give yourself some time. Definitely it will change because the more you do the activity and have the active lifestyle, you meet more people who share the same lifestyle as you. So let's talk about the realtor-friendly truth. For busy and unpredictable schedules like myself, which technically can happen, we work 7 days a week, Saturdays and Sundays mainly. When I become a realtor, I was like, okay, I have the weekdays for myself. No, you don't have the weekdays for yourself. Weekends are only for clients, but weekdays are also for clients. So Monday to Friday, they're contacting us for showings, documents, contracts, and everything, and they expect us to respond the moment they call us. And Saturdays and Sundays are crazy, like showings and open houses. So we have a really not predictable schedule. But you have to be aware that building a habit takes weeks and days of dedication. From the second to the 4th week, habit is uncomfortable. You have to remind yourself. In order to do that, I always have a calendar. And this is a new one because it's 2026. So I just threw out the previous one. I always write down the minor things even for myself. I write down 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so this is really helpful. From week 6 to week 8, habit feels more natural. It feels easier. Now you're more motivated to do it. From week 8 to 12, habit becomes more automatic and you feel off if you skip it. Okay? So that's when the habit is formed. It's really important that you give yourself 8 weeks, not just 8 days. It's really important to be patient with yourself because you are changing the lifestyle. Motivation pushes you 1 step, but consistency pushes you 3 steps more. So it's really important to stay consistent. It's same as the clients. We keep calling them it's until we get the response, right? I always remind myself the moment I'm doing the workout, the moment I feel this is the last pull-up and I can't do any more, that's the moment I have to do 1 more because that's exactly the moment I feel like I'm improving my strength, right? I'm gonna go to the next one. Building a habit. Our brain gets things done based on 2 main factors, and this is really important from the moment we wake up. The first one is the habit that we already have taught our brain or our parents have done it, like how to brush your teeth, when to eat, the very basic stuff, okay? The second one is the daily plans that we intentionally give it to our brain. We are teaching our brain, hey brain, Mondays, 7 to 8 a.m. is the gym time. You have to remember this from now going on. Habits and instructions guide the brain. So we have to constantly teach our brain how to behave. Creating a plan is really important, and it starts with very small, manageable steps, like the calendar I told you. It doesn't matter if it is your phone, if it is a paper calendar, if it is a note on your desk, just do it, something that reminds you. To compare, other animals are born knowing how to survive. If you have a cat, and cat is just a kitten or kitty, like that cat knows how to pee, like how to drink milk, everything. Maybe humans, they don't. That's why we have to keep teaching our brain, right? how to behave, that it works for us, not against us. The more clearly and consistently we guide it, the more it works for us. I recommend reading the book Atomic Habits by the James Clear. That's one of the best books that I had. I don't know if anyone has read it. It really helps with creating and sticking to the habits that are set for your life. You don't want to go to gym for today. I don't want to. So my goal from going to the gym is not to look fit today. My goal is also to look fit when I am 70 years old, 80 years old, 60 years old. I don't want to fall down on my muscle and break my toe and everything, right? I'm trying to stay healthy and fit in order to have the better and smoother in my older days, right? Can we go to the next one? Now let's talk about why now, why we wanted to have this session today. One of the reasons is only about 8 to 10% of people who set New Year resolutions actually achieve it. Imagine only 8 to 10% of people who set goals for New Year achieve it. So that means technically 90 to 90% of people skip that. So 23% of the people quit in the first week of January, 64% skip it for the first month by the end of the January, and 80% abandon the resolution by the end of February. So not even 6 months of the year. You be different. You be among the 10%. Write these numbers down and stick it to your table, to your desk. So the next time you're skipping the gym, you look at the number and be like, I want to be that top 10%. I don't want to be among the ones that leave the dreams aside, right? Someone who is committed to their health is also committed to their success and work better with their clients. My biggest hint would be start counting down. The other thing I did in 2025, I did count down every activities I had, every little one, like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. And if you have me on social media, you have seen I post the stories on my gym and I count the days. So weekly and the annually. That's how I know I had 255 days of the activity out of 265 days of the year. Counting down really helps you because it kind of gives you that motivation. Can we go to the next one, please? So some personal examples would be reuse the right device and the platform. I don't know if you are good at using some platforms that are like sports related. For myself, again in 2025, I started using Strava. It's one of the platforms that sporty people use it a lot, and as well as a smartwatch. Kind of storing the data of the sports I did, how intense my workout was, how many steps I took throughout the day, all of them. It just helped me to compare my results now with last week, with the week before, with the week ahead. It kind of gave me the idea that if I need to work out more, if I need to work out less, and how far I came. It's really important that you compare yourself with yourself, like how I started and where I am ended right now, okay? As easy as using the AI or ChatGPT. What I did, I technically gave ChatGPT my weight, height, and some information about my body fat and the muscle and everything, and asked ChatGPT give me a plan, nutrition and the sport-wise, how many workouts I need to do. ChatGPT gave me a really good idea of how many workouts I need to do throughout the day. So I didn't pay for a personal trainer, but I got the result I wanted from the AI and ChatGPT. It's really important if you're a morning or night person, I would recommend to stick the habits with a habit that you already have. If you want to have like a gym in the morning and you love your coffee in the morning, stick the gym to your coffee in the morning. Just tell yourself, I'm not gonna have my coffee unless I go to the gym, come out of it, the reward is gonna be my coffee. Okay. Remove the fraction. I recommend the days that you are planning to go to the gym, like let's say tomorrow and you're really busy, prepare your outfit, prepare your snack and everything, put it on the couch. So when you're coming from work tomorrow night and you want to head to the gym, you remove the fraction, you make it as simple as possible, and you just wear that dress, you go to the gym. You don't have to think about your outfit anymore. Share stories with people and look for followers and people to join. as I said, doing things with other people would be really, really helpful. I noticed that when I share my stories, my motivation, my goals on social media, people send me lots of love, and that motivates me. If you are an extrovert person, if you are a people person, and lots of times you find new friends, you find new followers who want to do that activity with you, and I think that would be really impressive. And I think that's it. Can we go? I think we have one more. So the takeaway for today is health habits don't need motivation. They need the structure right from today and not from tomorrow. My recommendation is think what is your goal for this year. Start with a small step and start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next Monday. So the three non-negotiable things that we covered was the daily protein intake, small snacks, daily movements as little as walking when you're on the phone, sleep routine. And final message I have for you is your client benefits when you're energized, calm, and clear. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's just professional. If you take care of yourself, you have more energy for your clients, for your family, and everyone around you because you have a better mood. Okay?
Yeah. Congratulations, first one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
How did it feel?
Lovely. Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great. So, thank you very much. I'm gonna see where I stand. Can you see me?
Can you turn the projector off?
Sure. Well, they have to see it. So, yeah, the projector can go off. Thanks, guys. So, I have a couple of takeaways and then a couple of things I wanted to add. Actually, could you turn that off? Yeah. So, with anything, you got to commit, you got to schedule, you got to keep focused, you got to prepare your smoothies, whether it's your exercise, your life practices, and your business practices. It's just getting yourself in the right mindset and creating good habits.
Correct.
When you eat well, you exercise, you feel great, and when you're rested, you feel great. Same thing with work. When you're organized, you have a goal, you have a routine, you're consistent, and you commit, you feel great. Plus, with the dollar side, you're feeling great because that's what we're in the business for as well, right? So keep focused. And then I looked at some notes. You use ChatGPT. I've been using Grok.
Okay.
So, and I'm not great at it, but I'm using it more as a conversational piece rather than ask it, what's this neighborhood doing in real estate, and stuff like that, and just have it give some commentary. And sometimes it doesn't give you the right stuff, so you can't take everything as gospel. So if you know they're quoting you something wrong, correct it, because then it starts improving the system, and then it'll go in a little bit deeper to find not the easy nuggets, but the more essential nuggets. So I asked it for some stats and stuff, and I confirmed it too. So 2026, what's the year going to be? Anybody know?
Horse.
Huh?
Horse.
Horse? What do you mean?
Year of the horse.
The year of the horse. Okay, well, we know that. But what's the market going to do in real estate? No friggin' idea, right? All I know is I look at the price points, and I think anything under $3.5 million is going to be higher volume than anything more than $3.5 million. And I also think that anything at $1.5 million and less will be the hot products in the major market areas that we service: Burnaby, Metrotown, downtown, North Van, Lonsdale, Lynn Valley, West Vancouver, any condo and stuff like that. So look at those price points if you're going to do open houses, if you're going to go after listings. But understand what the market's doing, and if you want to chase the $10-20 million listings, have at it. Just know where the action is. But you got to do better in your efforts, whether you're hosting an open house or you have a listing. So make sure that you're outperforming your competition, those people that are doing open houses on their own or have the listings. You got to advertise it. You got to Facebook it. You got to Facebook marketplace it. You got to put it on Instagram like you do at your gym. I'm at the open house. Promote yourself, promote the listing, because that's what your followers and your friends and your sphere of influence wants to see is that you're actually busy. Right? And if you're not doing any of that and you expect your phone to ring, then I think you're smoking dope. And when you get a listing, well, seriously, right? If you get a listing and you don't do anything about it, and you're a one bedroom, 1.5 bath, Yale Town. I mean, that's what you're gonna get. But if you romance it and say it's got a view, it's got this many square footage, these are the appliances, have some better pictures of it, you're going to get more action than the lazy person. So let's not compete with the lazy people. And when you get a listing, price it sharp. We don't want to overinflated listings in this market aren't getting any action. So price it sharp, and you should always price it sharp. I already did the entry level condos. Like I said, when you have your open houses, just put more words to it. Ask ChatGPT, ask Rock, how should I describe this 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom condo in Yale Town, and see what other words they come up with. It doesn't know what the place is, but it's going to give you some different grammar. But you got to still digest that and make it sound like it's you. If it doesn't sound like you, everybody knows when it comes from ChatGPT or Grok. So how do you get started in your exercise, your family life, your business life and you don't know how to do it? Ask the question. Tap Atlas on the shoulder. How did you get started? That's the hardest thing in anything is getting started. In real estate, how did you get started? It's someone that's been in real estate for 10 years. How do you keep it going? Sometimes you guys just stop and you don't have a plan. You don't have your schedule, your goal, your routine, or you break it, because that's what happens. We all do it. We're all guilty. I don't know anybody that's never broken a routine and has to do a reset. I know lots of people that have made a ton of money in business and all of a sudden it collapses or something happens to them and they got to redo it again. But it's easier to do it the second time than it is the first time, because you kind of know what you have to do. Because you stand in front of the mirror and you try to BS yourself on what you have to do, you're just going to turn yourself off. So ask Atlas, ask me, ask Doug, ask the Puias, ask anybody that's in your that you admire, that you see that has the successes, or you think that have successes. Just ask them how they started. What's your secret sauce? And the good people will share the ideas, honestly. And those are the people you want to hang out with. The ones that don't want to share it and want to just kind of keep the curtain closed, well, then screw them, because we don't need to write them a Christmas card. So anyway, I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. I hope 2026 starts off strong, but it will if you get yourself into that schedule and that routine and that practice, and you can do it. I hope that inspired you, because it inspired me, right? And I'm doing some of the stuff. I'm not doing it all.
I always tell you too. We have this conversation. Let's go for a walk. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can have a walking group or something like that. Here, we just do something a little bit more, and that's it. Just my good friend Brian Rushton. He always says, what do you have to do, Brian? So much. He goes, we got to eat the elephant one little bite at a time. So one little bite at a time, pick something, start it, then you can start adding to your routine. If you add too much, you just talk yourself out of it. So have a great week. If you need me, come and ask. Next month we have Jimmy.
This month.
21st.
Jimmy, what's Jimmy's last name?
Hendricks.
Tan.
Jimmy Hendricks, yeah. Huh?
Jimmy Lee Tan.
Jimmy Lee, the accountant, talked to you guys about your year end and how to keep yourself financially organized with receipts and all that. Great guy. Had him here many years. A good friend of the office. So have a great week. We'll see you in the office the next 2 weeks. Take care.